Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at Sailing Weather Information Service, sailingweather.co.uk and weatherweb.net. Thanks again for watching. It is Thursday the 23rd of January and it's time for our weekend ahead and week ahead update. And for Friday, we've got fronts moving in from the west during the course of Friday, making it quite a horrible day actually across most parts of the country. There's going to be rain, we're going to have visibility reduced as well. Now, out in the east, I think winds generally are going to be coming in from a south or south-southwesterly direction, probably blowing at around a force 5, but locally force 6 offshore. That affecting the eastern English Channel as well. Behind the warm front, we're into a warm sector, so the winds here go more westerly. I think we're going to be looking at 6s, possibly even up to a 7 across the western channel. And I think through the Irish Sea, at least the southern Irish Sea, we're going to be at 6s and 7s. Could just touch an 8 at times off the far southwest coast. So kind of going through probably Sea Area Plymouth, it could just get up to an 8. For western Scotland, the winds here go more into a southwesterly, blowing at around a 7, touching an 8 at times. Off the eastern coast of Scotland, generally southwesterly at a 6. But visibility reduced across many parts of the country, particularly the west and the south, where it becomes moderate or poor as that rain sets in, generally quite good towards the east. Into the weekend, a cloudy front has cleared its way eastwards. That leaves us with this westerly flow. Generally a westerly, I think, at a 6 through much of the channel. Probably a 7 or an 8, though, in the far west. Irish Sea, we're looking at a westerly at around a 7 with some showers, some of those quite heavy. Across the west coast of Scotland, southwesterly at 7s or 8s with some heavy showers. Eastern Scotland, we're looking at southwesterlies at around a 6 or a 7. Eastern parts of England, southwesterly at 6s. I think the east always tending to be best, but watch out because as this trough moves its way eastwards during the afternoon, heavy showers will move in. Visibility will be reduced, especially in the west and the south, becoming moderate or poor. And I think also associated with that trough will be some strong gusts too. On to Sunday now, and it's not a bad start across eastern parts of the country. However, fronts piling in from the west once again. So across the east, we generally are south to south-southwesterly, starting off at a 4, but I think increasing to a 6 in the afternoon. Through the channel, we start off light in the east, but winds quickly picking up. Southwesterlies generally at a 7. I think 6 is probably in the east, but out in the west, an 8, possibly up to a 9 at times. Through the Irish Sea, southwesterlies at 8s, again touching a 9. Western Scotland becoming southwesterly at an 8 and then eventually up to a 9. Eastern Scotland, we're looking at increasing into a southerly at 6. As the fronts move in, so visibility becomes moderate or poor in most places with some heavy bursts of rain and those winds increasingly gusty later as well. Monday sees low pressure in control centred west of Scotland. The flow generally westerly in the south. I think we're going to be looking at 7s or 8s across many coastal areas. A 6 or a 7 perhaps for the east coast. Frequent showers blowing into these western coasts too, where we're going to be seeing gusts easily up to a force 9. Across western Scotland we're cyclonic here, probably blowing at a 6 or a 7, but increasing up to an 8 later. Eastern Scotland southeasterlies at 7s or 8s. And then finally, Tuesday, low pressure sinks its way south on Tuesday. Winds on the southern edge of the low, generally a westerly, blowing at around an 8. Across the north of the low, I think we're going into an easterly, dragging in cooler air, and probably around a 5 or a 6. Generally, though, in the low itself, cyclonic, blowing at around force 4. But get ready for cold air to be moving in from the east during the course of Tuesday, getting into the northern side of that low and perhaps turning some of this precipitation into sleet and snow. So for the weekend then, Saturday looking the better of the day, still breezy though, but Sunday looks to be a bit of a write-off with so many strong gales around. So, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to tell your friends about us and also your clubs and marinas. We need as many people watching and using the forecasts as we can get, and we're trying to attract sponsorship at the moment to be able to update the forecast more frequently for you. If you're interested in doing so, do get in touch with us. But for now, thanks for watching and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.